Okay, so here's one of the fenders that we're going to be putting on the back there of the 920 chopper. Okay, so I've cut off the braces and we've got this here divot. I'm going to show you something. Oopsie. So I'm going to try to get the lighting right here. So we've got this divot and we have to make this divot look like all of this edge here. And so with some various tools, I've just about got it. It's a little rough, but it's kind of almost got it. You can see it in the light, and there. See, it's not perfect. It's got some work to do it, but then you see it's partly because I discovered that what you got to do is you got to face up your tools, and so this is what us horseshoers, us farriers, call a rounding hammer, and that's our flat surface. It's not really flat; it's got a bit of a dome to it, and then and this is not like a ball peen end, but it's a rounding hammer for making horseshoes. And if you want to know how to shape your handle to ease your hand, you got to V it. You trim it so that it fits in your hand proper. The bigger, fatter area for the palm, and the skinny area for your fingers, and that's fits in your hand. It gets rid of, apparently it gets rid of the carpal tunnel for holding a hammer handle all the time. Now the bonus is you'll notice that the skinny part that fits in your fingers is for the flat side, but as soon as you need to use the rounding side, it feels odd in your hand, and then you know you're going to be using the rounding hammer part. Anyways, here's one of my ball peen hammers, and it looks, you know, it's got some nicks in it. Hey, lots. Been using it for pounding every single thing in the whole wide world. And this is not the one I was using. But here's what you have to do to your hammer to make it worthwhile for doing body work. You got to take it to the flap wheel, to the fine flap wheel, and you got to work it so it's smooth. So it's real smooth. It's not real smooth, this one. And all your outside edges. So anyways, those are the tools I'm using. I'm also, for mandrels, I'll move the camera here. For mandrels, I'm using my anvil. I've got a double Bic anvil. You put wood on it. Wood is nice and forgiving for the backside. I also have a standard dolly for doing body work. And then I made this one here out of the flat steel. And if I get it right down here, you can see I cut an angle, and this was to make the line in the fender for the start of it. Anyways, those are some of my tools. Oh, there's a block of wood I was using as well, using the edge of it. And I got a fine tune. Here's another tool a guy could use. It's for fullering horseshoes, for making where the nails go in the horseshoes. It's another tool. Anyways, cross peen, or you know, a cross peen hammer for doing clips on horseshoes. And this I made out of one of these. There's an afternoon where I had a lot of things to do, but I decided to grind it down. I took it from that's about a 2.5 pound hammer, I think, or it's a 2 pounder. There you go, 2 pound hammer, and I brought it down to about 1.5 pounds, and it's much easier to handle. Again, you've got your handle where you got a bit thicker on the palm side, and thinner there. So when you're holding on to it, and when you're backwards, because you're using the crossbeam, it feels different in your hand. And you always put the normal feel to your flat side. Anyway, just a couple of little things, a couple tools I've been using. Uh-oh, tractor seat. What are we going to use that for? Anyways, my messy shop, and back to it. I might as well give you another show of this here. So we're getting rid of that divot on both sides of two fenders, so that I can put it together, make one fender, and have a 3/4 or 5/8 wrap around my rear tire. There we go. That's another little demo thing. I didn't really demo, but I showed you what I did.